welcome to yoga. Thanks for practicing with me today. Let's get started on a seat. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. You can elevate your hips. And then I'm going to have you also grab a bolster or a pillow if you need one. We might do a little bit over a bolster. So I'm going to use one of my big couch cushions as a bolster. So just have it nearby. You can grab it when you need it. Set it aside for the moment. Way of the video. Okay. So again, let's start in this comfortable seat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And lift the flesh from your sitting bones. And then I want you to kind of rock forward, lean forward, and rock back. Just round a little bit, come forward and back just a couple of times so that we can find our center. So I want you to find that even balance on your sitting bones, and then from there the pelvis is nice and neutral and we'll lift up nice and tall. Let's drop the elbows, retract the chin just a little bit so the head is right above the spine. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and let's sigh it out through the mouth just to relax and drop into the body. You're welcome to do that a couple of times if you like. And let the eyes gently close. You might part your lips so the jaw is relaxed. As you're dropping into the body, just notice how you feel. Make sure again that you're nice and neutral in the pelvis, so there's no arching and pinching in the low back. The ribs aren't opening too much, but we're nice and tall and even. And as you settle into the seated easy pose, just allow the breath to be smooth. And as you take a little inventory of what's going on in the body and the mind, you might notice if the mind is wandering or busy. Have any tension anywhere in the body, neck, shoulders, or low back. Just kind of go through and take note of how you're feeling right now. With soft eyes, soft jaw, begin to bring some awareness into the breath. So as we breathe in and out of our nose, we're feeling a sense of expansion and space with every inhale we take. And with every exhale, we're just letting go of any tension, any to-do lists, anything we've got going on later in the day, or anything that might have happened earlier today. See if you can just set that aside for our practice. And just to review, we want to make sure we're using our three-part breath. So we're bringing the breath first into the lower abdomen. You might even place your hands on your torso to follow along if you're new to the practice. So as we inhale, we breathe into the lower abdomen. Separate the ribs, move out to the sides. And the third part of the breath comes into the chest, bringing the collarbone up just a little bit. And as we exhale, we reverse the wave. So the collarbone drops, ribs come back in, navel pulls gently toward the spine. We move rhythmically with the breath in that way, inhaling fully and exhaling completely. I'm trying to find a smoothness to that rhythm of the breath, that wave. If it feels stuck anywhere or clunky or like there's some rough edges, just see if you can relax. Relax into that breathing pattern. Not trying to force anything, just let it happen. We'll take a couple more breath cycles here, inhaling nice and deeply. Exhaling completely. Great, let's inhale, take a nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, just drop your chin to your chest. And I might have forgotten to suggest, if you'd like, you can set an intention or dedication for your practice today. So choosing just one thing to focus on. And repeat it to yourself 3 times. Great, and then let's begin to bring a little movement. Rocking one ear toward the shoulder as you inhale, exhale forward. Just finding some gentle movement in the neck. If anything's uncomfortable or painful, don't do it. And see if you can modify anything that doesn't feel right for you to a place that feels okay. So we always want to honor where we're at every day. Gently side to side. Okay, and then let's come on to the first side, whichever side you started on, ear over shoulder. And then lift up nice and tall through the sternum with the ear over the shoulder. And you're going to take that same arm that your head is flexed toward, you're going to lift it up and over just to land it on the side of the head. And I don't want you to pull, so you're just adding a little weight. If this is comfortable, if this adds too much pressure, then remove the hand and just use the head. So this just gives us a little extra weight and pull. So we're going to look down toward our armpit. And inhale, cradling the head, maybe looking up. So we're just using the hand for a little support and a little weight. We're not pulling. We're just finding a nice, easy motion that supports whatever feels good for your neck today. So again, you can remove the hand and just rotate if it's too much. Just using this for a little extra support and weight. Great, keep breathing. Let's take one more breath over here. Great, and then slowly release the arm from the head, bring it down back to your leg. Drop the chin forward. Inhale, we'll take it to the other side. Open up, same arm as the head is flexed toward, will come up to land on the side of the head. And then just using that as a little guide and rotating in a way that feels comfortable and supportive and releasing for your neck. So we're looking up, supporting the head and toward the armpit with a little weight of the hand. Keep the breath nice and deep. Should feel good. Good, one more breath. Great. And we'll release the head back. Release the hand back to the head, bring the chin down and forward. Inhale, let's take it up. And then we'll shrug our shoulders up by our ears and pull them down the back. Big circles, inhaling up and exhaling back. One more time, squeeze a little intention and exhale, release. Excellent. We're gonna take our legs out in front of us. Just shake them out a little bit. And then we're gonna open our legs out wide. I want you to grab your bolster. Have it handy if you want. You're gonna place it in front of you. So my feet are pointed up. I'm lifted up out of my hips, nice and tall. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up. Deep breath in, and then exhale, just bow forward. So I want you to think of hinging at the hip. Try not to round, and just let your hands land anywhere they land on the bolster, next to the bolster. Find a nice breath as you inhale, grow tall through your spine. And as you exhale, just soften and relax. So we're really feeling this in the inner thigh right now. And you shouldn't be feeling it too much in the back. We want to kind of find that length through the spine. Tail to crown, grow tall, exhale, soften. And then you can slowly rest on your bolster. You might round your forehead to the bolster. A little support here. And we'll take a couple breaths here. Nice and supported. So this should be comfortable. You can bring the bolster right into your groin area. And you might need extra height. So if you need another one, place another pillow on top. Just connect to your breath here as you soften and breathe into the thighs. Let's find one more breath cycle here. Good, nice and slow, you'll walk your hands back. You can set the bolster aside again. And while we're here, let's inhale, sweep one arm up. And we're gonna slide down the leg. Exhale, keep the chest open. So we're opening through the side body here, keeping the hips grounded. Breathe into the side. You might even open the elbow to the sky a bit more. Relax the shoulder. As you inhale, pull your arm up, back to center, lift up, relax the arm. We'll take the other arm up, inhale, breathe in. Exhale, fold to the side. Rest, bringing this hand down the leg or inside of the leg. Elbow up to the sky. Gaze can be up to the side or down. Anything that's comfortable for your neck. Finding that breath into the intercostals and the side body and the low back. Good, inhale, lift. We're gonna do one more of those and we'll do it a little more supported. So we're gonna take the other arm up again, breathe in. Exhale, fold over. And then take this top arm around, down, and to your back. I want you to feel the support here on the lower back. And then breathe into that hand. So you're gonna try to fill the hand with your breath on the back here. Chest is open. So nice and supported. Okay, let's do one more breath here. Breathe into that hand and low back. Slowly slide yourself up. We'll take the other arm up. Hold as we exhale. And again, bring that arm all the way around and down to the lumbar or lower back. Open the shoulder and chest and breathe into your hand. Couple more breaths. Beautiful. Slide yourself back up. Back to center. Great. Bending your knees, you're going to place your feet on the floor, about a hip width apart. You're going to hold on behind your thighs. So you're going to round the back, chin to chest. Really lean, and you can lean on your sitting bones here. Inhale, pull your heart forward and open, look up to the sky. Feel a little stretch in the upper back, elbows pulling back. And exhale, round into the back. So inhale, forward. Exhale, round. Do one more. Chest and exhale, round. Good, come forward. And we're going to bring ourselves into a tabletop position onto all fours. So you might use your blanket for your knees. We'll come into tabletop position. So press the mat away from you, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. And brighten your fingers on the mat nice and broad. Index and middle finger point forward, inside of the elbow rotates forward, and we soften the elbow joint just a little bit. Feet are active on the mat. Let's take some cat-cow. So we're going to drop the belly, send the tail and crown far and away. And then you're going to exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, elbow to the floor. Inhale, open. Thinking length, pulling apart. Exhale, round. Really press up. A few more times, using your breath as a guide. Okay, we're going to take our big toes together, knees apart. You're going to sit back over your hips. And this is another nice spot. You can grab your bolster, place it between your thighs, and let yourself melt into your bolster. You can turn your head to one side if you like. Just a little supported child's pose here. We're going to breathe into the back. A couple of breaths. Different options for the bolster. Then you're going to slowly transition up. I'm going to place my bolster to the side. And we're going to come back up to all fours. Good. From here, we're going to take our right leg and just bring it up between our hands. So you're in a low lunge. You're going to frame the front foot with your hands. And your back knee is behind your hip in a comfortable position. This is stacked knee over heel. And we're going to inhale as we open the chest. You might use blocks here to give yourself some more space if you need them. We're going to open the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to round. Keep your foot grounded. Walk your hands back. And see if you can round the upper back and look toward your knee. Good. walk your hands forward as you sink into this back hip flexor now. Open the chest. Exhale, walk your hands back. Keep the foot grounded again. Round the upper back. Walk it forward one more time and sink. Open the chest. And walk it back. Foot grounds round. Great. Let's come forward. Framing that foot. We're going to find a scissor action with the legs and we're going to sweep our arms up, lift up. Open the chest, drop, and soften the shoulders, extend through the fingertips. Breathe here. Beautiful. We're going to exhale and twist. So bring the left arm forward, right arm back. If you're on the same side as me, if you're mirroring me, you're going the opposite direction. Hold up a wall here, just a nice easy twist. Good, breathe in, come back to center. Open the chest, exhale, float the hands down, frame the foot. Good, take your right leg back. And we'll switch sides, bring your left leg forward. Framing that foot, make sure your alignment is knee above heel. This back leg is in a comfortable position, stretching this hip flexor. Sink here, open the chest, maybe use your blocks if you need them. Or fingertips. Walk your hands back, keep that foot grounded. Round the upper back, look toward the knee. Inhale brings you forward, we sink and open the chest, stretching here. Exhale, walk it back, round. Feeling that front legs, hip stretch. Forehead toward the knee. Stretching all the way through the back of your hip here. Come forward, inhale, open. Good, exhale. One more time, we'll round. And let's bring it forward. Sink into that back hip one more time. And then scissor the legs so we're a little more neutral in the pelvis. Lift up, sweep the arms up. Soften those shoulders, extend your fingers nice and firm in the feet. Breathe in, exhale, twist, front arm forward, one arm back. So we're twisting toward the front leg side. Shoulders stay above the hips. Good, inhale, reach up. And exhale, float the hands down. Take that leg back. Coming to all fours. Couple cat cows here. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Good, again, inhale, open. And exhale, round. Good, come back to your tabletop. This time we're gonna open the hands a little bit wider. We're gonna come down in awkward S pose. So my knees come behind my hip points just a touch. I'll bend at the elbow and lower my chest between my hands. Slide the legs out underneath you. Tops of the feet glued to the floor. Elbows close and back. Inhale, open your chest. Breathe into your belly. You might lift the hands. Make sure your back is doing most of the work here. Neck is long and loose. One more breath. Good, relax. The hands next to the chest. Tuck your toes and we're gonna push back to child's pose with the toes untucked now or tucked under, stretching the bottoms of the feet. Relaxing the forehead. You could use your bolster here if you want. Really stretching into the soles of the feet here. I want you to imagine breathing into your feet. Feel the energy drawing into the feet with every breath. Good, inhale, let's come back to all fours. Good, and then toes are still tucked under, so I'm going to slowly peel my hips up for downward dog. Then you might pedal your feet up a little bit. Walk your dog out. walk yourself all the way up to the front of your mat. We're going to come to standing forward bend. Measure about 2 fists between the feet. Bend the knees as much as you need. Hands touch, forehead touch. See where you are with the legs. And then when you're ready, you're going to dangle your upper body is passive. You're going to tuck your tailbone and roll up. 1 vertebra at a time. Standing at the top of the mat, shrug your shoulders to open your chest, coming into a mountain pose. Nice and neutral in the pelvis. Heavy suitcases in the hands. Good. Reach the arms back behind you as you inhale. Open the chest. Notice I'm not arching my back. Keep your tailbone neutral. Reach back, open up. Hands touch. Exhale, pull the arms behind you, all the way back down. Good. Inhale, sweep it up. Open the chest. Touch the hands. Pull them back. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, sweep it up. Hands touch. This time we're going to swan dive. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Bend the knees and fold into forward bend. Inhale, come into a flat back. Open the chest. And exhale, fold. We're going to plant the hands right where they are. Take a giant step back with the right leg. We're going to drop the back knee again. Uncurl the toes. Find that scissor action with the legs and lift up. Crescent lunge. Little twist. Inhale forward. Same twist. Toward the front knee side. Inhale, stretch up. Good. Exhale, float the hands down. Frame the foot. Tuck your back toes under, lift your knee, send your hips up, step it back to a downward dog. We're going to float into plank, so nice and mindfully shift the shoulders above the wrists, a little energy through the heels. Hips are in the same plane as the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, drop the knees, the chest and the chin. Slide into a cobra. Pull the shoulders back, heart forward. Good. Releasing your hands and your chest. Tuck your toes. Slowly make your way to downward dog. Great. Bending the knees. And we're going to stroll it up. Walk yourself or you can step it up. Back to forward bend. Roll yourself up slowly. Uncurl to the top of your mat, mountain pose. Open the chest. Great. Inhale, lift. Stretching the chest. Exhale, swan dive. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Fill your lungs. Exhale, bow. Beautiful. Giant step back with the left leg this time. Drop the knee and curl the toes. Scissoring the legs. Make sure you're nice and aligned. Sweep it up. Deep breath here. Exhale as you twist toward the front knee side. Open the arms nice and wide, nice and easy, nice and balanced. Beautiful. Inhale, lift back to center. And exhale, float the hands to frame the foot. Tucking the back toes, we'll lift the knee. Step back to downward dog again. Nice and easy with the flow. Come into a plank position. Drop your knees, your chest, your chin. Slide it forward, cobra. Take one more breath here. Good. Release the hands. And slowly make your way to downward dog. Making sure your transitions are nice and mindful and smooth. Keep the breath moving, bend your knees. And you can walk or step forward. We'll meet in forward bend. We'll roll ourselves up, inhale. Shrug your shoulders to open the chest. Good, back to your mountain pose, beautiful. Excellent, I'm gonna step a giant step back with my right leg. So again, you can mirror me. So I've got heel to arch alignment here. I'm gonna set my little blanket to the side for now. Heel to arch alignment, my hips face the long edge. We're gonna add the arms, soften the shoulders, gaze to the front hand. Breathe in, and exhale, just bend the front knee, warrior two. Nice and easy, nice and firm in the feet. Nice and tall through the spine and neutral in your pelvis. We're opening the front hip with the knee. So it should be comfortable in the hips. And then we're gonna take side angle pose. So you're gonna bend the front arm and place it on your knee or on your thigh. You're gonna take the back arm and lift it up and over. So keeping the side body nice and open. We want to think of a line of energy from the fingers all the way down to the outer edge of that back foot. So we're not lifted here, but we're here. So lots of work for that front quad. Also not dropping into the shoulder here, keeping a nice open long neck. Connect to your breath. Let's take one more breath. We're relaxing our shoulder. We're going to inhale the top arm all the way up in a big circle. Go behind you. Beautiful. And then turn your torso to frame the front foot. We're going to lower the hands, turn the back foot up. And just step forward. We'll meet in forward fold. Bow here. Roll yourself up. Inhaling to the top of the mat. Open the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, soften, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bow. You're going to take a giant step back with your left leg this time. I'm going to switch sides. Good, and then pivot that back foot down. Reverse your cartwheel up for warrior two. Check your alignment, heel to arch. Nice and tall, extend the arms and the fingers, gaze to the front hand. Connect to your breath. Make sure your shoulders aren't shrugged up by the ears, nice and relaxed and strong and reaching long. Breathe in. As you're ready, take that front forearm to the thigh, flip the palm of the back arm and lift it up and over in a big circle. So your bicep comes right by your ear, your shoulders relaxed, your palm faces the floor, your neck is in alignment with your spine. We're breathing. Connecting to the strength and energy of this pose. Take one more breath. Take this top arm in a big circle all the way around behind you. Turn your torso to frame the front leg. Plant the hand. Lift the back knee. And then send yourself forward. Coming into forward bend. Hold here, we'll roll it up. Nice, slow, shrug your shoulders as you open your chest. Excellent. I'm going to come to the middle of my mat. We're going to do a little goddess pose just to get us a little more energized. So we're going to take our feet out, comfortable stance, and aim the toes to the corners of your mat. Good, and then from here, we want to just sink into our quads. So we want to keep our torso tall. If you need to shift forward, you can, if it's too much to be shoulders over hips. But just see how you can do trying to stay nice and tall. So we want the knees opening so they're not collapsing inward. We're using our outer thigh muscles to create that strength and stability in our glutes here. So here we are, our little plie. We're gonna add our arms, cactus arms. So imagine holding up a wall, finding strength with your breath here. Breathe. And let's take a nice, easy flow here. So if you need a break anytime, take one. So again, forearm comes onto the thigh, we reach the other arm over. And then I want you to sweep up and lift like you're painting the ceiling with your fingers, back up. Coming back to your cactus arms. Other side, so forearm to thigh reach. Chest is open, and then lift, paint the ceiling, back up. Good, let's do one more. Reach, other side. Hips stay low. Inhale, sweep. Goddess pose. One more time. If you need a break anytime, shake out, reach. Good, and lift. Excellent. Breathe in, lower the arms. Let's straighten through the legs. Excellent. Now you're going to turn your feet in so they're parallel to each other. Take your hands to your back for support, thumbs around the waist, elbows pull behind you. Nice and even in the pelvis. Nice and firm in your feet. Breathe in. And then you're going to lean into your hands just a little bit. Lift the sternum to the sky, look up. Exhale, hinge at the hip. Stay nice and long in your spine as you come halfway down. And then you can release your hands to the floor, or you could use blocks here as well. We want to keep our spine long so we're not rounding, so we're lengthening. You can take your feet wider if you're less flexible, or closer if you're more flexible. Meaning you have further to go to get to the floor, right? So we're going to do another nice easy twist. We're going to place our one hand in front of our face on the floor. The other arm is going to pull a bow and arrow up and open. See if you can open your chest, reach that arm all the way to the sky. Keep your hips even here. So we're twisting on the spine. We're not torquing our hips up. So be mindful of that even weight in the feet. Breathe. Good, let's exhale, bring that top arm down, replace it. On the floor, bring the other arm up, twist. Hips and feet stay nice and even. You could come onto fingertips or use a block. Whatever you need. One more breath. Beautiful, exhale, let's come down. Place the hands under the shoulders again, find that length. Let's turn our feet out a little bit to the corners again, like we did for Goddess. And then we'll just do a little crab walk. So we're going to bring our hands bend toward the bent leg side. Keep the other foot grounded. Come through center as you inhale. And exhale as you bend the other knee and walk to that side. Getting a nice inner thigh stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale to the side. If you wanted to add more, you could come onto the heel, but be very mindful of how that feels for you. So only do it if it feels like a good stretch. We don't want to overdo it. So you can lift that heel, sink into it a little bit more if you want. Moving side to side with your breath. Nice little moving meditation. This is one of my favorites. Great, one more time, maybe back and forth. That feels good for you. We'll come back to center. Awesome. From here, we're gonna, let's lower the knees. We're gonna come up to the knees here. Onto all fours, so I'm still facing you in the middle of my mat. We're gonna do a little modified gait pose. So I'm gonna send one leg out to the side. And my leg is in line with my hip, my foot, and my other knee here. So my hands are still out in front of me. Great, and then from here, you're just gonna kind of lean forward and back, and walk back a little bit, come forward, and back. So we're just kind of shifting forward and back to feel the shift in the inner thigh. Let's do one more breath. Great. Bring your hands back under your shoulders so your foot's in line with your knee. And we'll take that leg back in. Let's switch sides. Extend the other leg out to the side. So my knee and my arch are pretty much in alignment. Hopefully you can see me. Let me turn to the side so you can see that. So I'm pretty aligned here. My hands in front. And then I'm just going to shift forward and shift back. So you're breathing as you move. Just feeling how that changes the stretch. You don't really even need to move the hands very much. You can just kind of shift the hips back and forward. Breath. And then you'll bring that knee in. Nice work. Let's come to sitting on our heels now. The middle of the mat. And let's do a nice spinal twist. So we're going to bring our feet to one side. So you can mirror me. You're going to take the outside leg on top. And then you can extend your bottom leg out if you like. Or if you're uneven, if you feel like it's too tight, you can use your blanket here as well to sit up on. Give yourself a little more room for that twist. So I encourage you to use your props if you need them. But you're going to lift up nice and tall. So kind of hug that knee in. Whichever leg you have on top, that same arm is going to go behind the back. And it's going to come right next to your sacrum as sort of a lever to open the chest. You're opening the shoulder back. So rotating the shoulder back. Good, and lift. So then you're hugging this knee in and you're twisting, look back over your back shoulder. If you want to deepen your twist, you're welcome to take the elbow outside of the thigh. But I want you to make sure your hips are staying pretty grounded. So if they're not, then just back off a little bit. The goal of the twist here is to really kind of, we're using a little, trying to twist into our spine a little bit to get that rotation, but really we're using our breath to massage internal organs in the stomach. So that's really the idea of twists, is to kind of wring out our internal organ system. So I want you to think of that before you think of the actual turning and twisting so much. So we want to keep our pelvis neutral, or hips, I should say, neutral. And then we're breathing into the belly. So it's normal to feel the breath is constricted in a twist. And that's kind of what we're going for. Again, as long as it's comfortable and there's no pain. One more breath here. So it's a great way to stimulate. We'll release and twist to the other side nice and gently. It's a great way to stimulate digestive system, or detox, or whatever you need. Let's take the feet out, just shake them out. If you're on your menstrual cycle, it's great as well, just to bring nourishment and blood flow, if it feels good for you. So we're going to bring both legs to the other side. That's always the caveat. Top leg again will cross the bottom leg, and if you need to extend that bottom leg out, please do. I'm using my prop sitting up. I'm going to hug the knee into my chest first to get nice and tall up out of my hips. Same arm, top arm, same leg. The leg that's on top, same arm, will come behind your back. Open up, lift up tall, and then turn to look over your back shoulder. Connecting to your breath. And breathe in As you breathe in, think of growing tall through the spine. And as you exhale, squeeze the navel toward the spine. Massaging our organs. Nice deep breaths here into the belly. Beautiful. One more breath. Let's gently unwind. Give yourself a little counter stretch. Great. And then let's come toward the floor. So we're going to come onto our back. I'm going to stretch my legs out in front of me, glue my feet to the floor. You can come down however you like. If you want to come down with bent knees, you could. We're legs straight, whatever feels good for you. You're going to slowly unfurl yourself to the mat. Okay. So once you get onto the floor, you're going to bend your knees to place your feet on the floor. Just kind of shimmy around on your hips a little bit. Make sure you feel, excuse me, nice and neutral on the back. And your feet are a comfortable distance away from your hips. So we're going to cross one ankle on top. And you're going to reach through the hole and connect behind the bottom thigh. Good. And then you're going to draw that into your chest. Make sure your neck is neutral. If you need a prop under your head, please use one. You might use the elbow to press the thigh away. And then you're just going to kind of gently rock side to side. Nothing too crazy, just feeling a shift in the hip. You're coming back to center, and then you're going to pull the leg in and let it out. So you're going to kind of pull in. You might use this elbow to press the top thigh away. Release the leg out a little. So just a little shifting. Whatever feels good for you. So being more still feels better. You can stay still. We're just kind of trying to change which muscle fibers are feeling the stretch. Just kind of moving around. You can make circles. Keep breathing into your hip. Beautiful. Let's release that down. Unwind the legs, find a neutral position, maybe shift a little bit. When you're ready, cross the other ankle on top. Same arm as the top leg goes through the hole to connect behind the other thigh, the bottom thigh. Drawing that towards you, gently rock a little side to side. You might use the elbow again into the thigh. You might not. Excuse me, you could also, of course, use a strap here if it's difficult to reach around the thigh. Strap or a towel, tap or tie. Just shift around. Let's come back to center and go release the leg out a little as you can then pull it in. So again, just shifting around, moving in a way that feels good for your hip. Nice release. Keep breathing. One more breath. Great, and let's slowly release. Again, we'll unwind the legs, shift around a little bit. Good, feet are on the floor. We're going to draw the right knee into your chest, squeeze the shin in. Pardon me. Good, squeezing that shin in. And then we're going to take that leg into the sky. So we're going to do one-sided happy baby. So hold on to the foot, pull it down. You can again use the thigh here if you can't reach the foot, that's fine. Just kind of pulling the leg out, bending it deeply to the side. You might want to straighten through the leg if that feels good, or just let it bend. You might play with both. Keeping your back on the ground. Kind of moving into that hip a little bit more. One more breath here. Great, bend that knee, squeeze it in one more time, and release it to the floor. And we'll switch sides, bring the left knee into the chest, squeeze it in. And when you're ready, you can reach for the foot or the thigh, half happy baby. Pulling that leg toward the floor. Hips are grounded. And again, you might straighten through the leg or not. Bend and straighten. Keep the breath moving. One more breath. Squeezing that knee in one more time. Let's draw both knees into the chest now. Squeeze them in and make some circles on your back. Go in both directions a couple of times. Squeeze the knees in and let's do a full happy baby. So reach down to the feet or the thighs, whatever feels good. Neutralize, bring everything toward the floor. Head is on the floor. Tailbone drawing toward the floor, thighs drawing toward the floor. Deep breath here. You might rock gently side to side if that feels good. One more breath. Slowly let the soles of the feet come together. Release the legs toward the floor in a diamond shape. You might bring fists under your thighs if you need support, or you might bring your hands to your belly. Breathe into your hands. So make sure your shoulders are relaxed, you're comfortable. Getting a nice passive inner groin stretch here again. Let's breathe. Just keep letting go of tension with every breath. Nice, gently bring your hands outside of your thighs to lift them up slowly, placing your feet on the floor. So you might take your blanket into a roll. It's nice to have a blanket under the knees for your final resting position if that feels good. You might keep your feet bent, your knees bent with your feet on the floor. Whatever feels good for you here. You're gonna rock your head side to side, make sure your neck is neutral. And then we're gonna clap our hands together, create a little friction, rub your hands, create a little heat. Close your eyes and gently cup your warm hands over your eyes. Couple breaths here, enjoying that nice heat you just generated from the eyes. Allow the eyes to stay closed. We're gonna bring the hands together, clap them one more time. Create a little more friction. Create some heat. And then gently place your hands wherever you'd like. I'm gonna place my hands on the belly, lower abdomen. You might bring them to your chest and your stomach. You might repeat your eyes. Whatever you'd like. Enjoy that warmth and energy you just created. Nice deep breaths in and out. Stay where you are or slowly allow the arms to relax next to you on the floor. Tuck your shoulders under your chest. Open the heart. Eyes are gently closed. Lips are parted so the jaw is relaxed. And just melting into your mat, relaxing your entire body completely. Relax, relax, relax. Feeling the body grow heavier and heavier with each out breath. There's an absolute lightness in the body as well. So we're feeling that heavy, relaxed sensation, along with a nice lightness in our energy. Completely and totally relaxed. And then slowly wiggle your fingers and toes to bring some awareness back to your body. As you're ready, just slowly make your way over to the right side of your body to a fetal position. And just notice here any changes in body and mind between now and the beginning of our practice. You're going to use your left hand to push yourself back up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet in easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall. Let's inhale and sweep the arms up together. Nice deep breath in. Seal your hands at the top and lower them to your heart. And bow to yourself with gratitude for practicing today. We'll bow to each other. Namaste.